Please tell me I'm not the only one that likes to do this with the old metal signs. I'm such a child. Hey all, it is Vintage Vinny, and welcome to a very small antique store haul. I visited two of my local antique malls. I didn't find a whole lot, but as you can see by the title of this video, I did make one of my most expensive purchases ever from an antique mall. I will be saving that item for last because it is super epic. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen it. However, I did find it in this building where I'm sharing all this stuff. So aside from the one extravagant purchase, which, you know, I did pretty well on, the rest of the stuff that you're going to be seeing in this haul, this portion of the haul, and the other stuff that I bought at the other building are going to help cut the cost down a bit. And I'm going to make profit on each of the items. So this was really cool. I can't remember where I saw this first, but I really liked it. And it's just a little tea light holder, or an ashtray. One of the two. It's probably an ashtray, but it's really cool. It's a redware pottery house. I think it would look really cool in a winter themed display. And it was only $3, so you can't say no to that. The next item we're going to be looking at is a really awesome piece. It is a Dachshund dresser caddy. It's part bank. You can put your rings on its tail. You can put spare change here or here. Now, I'm having a bit of a dilemma because I know that Dawn Schonkweiler from Just One More Dachshund Rescue does enjoy her dachshunds, hence the name of her organization. And I have another one of these that I picked up at another antique mall. I'm not sure which one I want to just send her, and then I want to wage or offer up one of these for charity, and 100% of the proceeds of that caddy will be going to the Just One More Dachshund Rescue. I think it's a great idea, and I'm hoping that I can raise a really good amount of money for that rescue, because we are animal lovers. And we love our pets, as you all know. I'm posting pictures of Dusty and Dash and Tiggy. Katie's posting pictures of Louie all the time. Marybeth and Laura are always posting pictures of Dixie, and all of us love our animals. Michelle's posting pictures of Bella all the time. Misty puts up pictures of Mr. Flufferpants, I believe is her cat's name, and then Maybelle, her cute little Jack Russell. And I won't say anymore, but you get the picture. We love our animals in this community. So this is a really fun piece. I paid $8 for this Fenton Hobnail shoe. It's got a cat, or at least I think that's a cat, looking over it. And it is not marked, so I assume this would probably have had a sticker instead of an embossed mark. But what's really cool about this piece, and by the way, it is Amberina, and Amberina does glow under the black light. There is a chemical that was used called cadmium that makes it glow that really bright orange color, or orangish yellow. You get the picture. And I believe it was either Chapter 2 Vintage Co. or Thrift U that taught me that, so whoever it was, thank you very much for letting me know. And I have a Santa Claus fairy lamp by Fenton that at the time I didn't know was a fairy lamp. I just picked it up because I thought it looked interesting. And it too does the same thing. It's got that orangish, like rusty color glow to it. It's really cool. So I will definitely be offering this up at a live sale because I think it will do really well. So the last piece that I picked up in this building, aside from my most extravagant purchase, is this beautiful girl here. She's a head vase, and she was only $5. Couldn't believe that. And she does have the N in the circle. At first I thought it was NC for Norcrest, but I don't think that it is. So if you happen to know who the maker is of this, please let me know in the comments section below. Why does this remind me of Kelly? Kelly Blanchard with the side eye, or maybe even Miss Pam. I think it's the side eye. I think that should be their trademark, because they're always talking about it or always giving it in their videos. Now, the only issues with her, there's a slight little paint chip right here on her bow. And then I think she was supposed to be holding an umbrella or some kind of metal piece here. So that wasn't with her when I found her. In fact, there was one other thing that I really should have just bought when I was there, and I'm going to go back tomorrow just to grab it if it's still there. Amid going back to that other antique mall where they accidentally overcharged me for an item, that's probably something I should update you all on too. So I called them, left them a message, told them what happened, and they said they are going to go ahead and refund me, which is awesome because I love supporting small businesses, and it really was just an accident. So I'm happy to get my $50 back because that really, gives me a lot of the money back that I didn't spend on stuff. So I'm thrilled about that. So I'm not sure if she is going to be at a live sale or if I'm going to be listing her on eBay. So we will see. So from the second building, I didn't get a whole lot. I only bought 3 things, and it only came up to what was it? Like $26 or something, $25. But again, I'm very, very happy with what I picked up. And this is one of them. This is what I believe to be a Fenton Hobnail Ruffled vase. I only paid $9.50 for this. But again, you know what's cool about this? It too glows under the black light. On the vendor's ticket, it said Fenton ? And then the price of $9.50. That is just fantastic. And I definitely think that this is a Fenton piece. From what era? I have no idea. But it does not have a Fenton stamp on the bottom, nor does it have the sticker. So maybe this is really early Fenton. I don't know, but I really, really was tickled pink to see that it glowed under the black light. And I did bring it with me to the vendor mall, or the antique mall. So that helped, especially when I wasn't sure if it would glow or not. I did forget to mention, I will more than likely be offering this up at a live sale if I don't keep it. For $3.25, I did pick up this really awesome vintage Not an Exit sign. This came from one of my favorite booths where the prices are really, really great, and I have no problem buying stuff from him at all if it's something that I'm interested in. I don't know the age of this sign because I don't know, and it definitely gives me an industrial vibe, especially with that yellow on the back. So that's just remnants from the vendor's sticker, so that's going to easily be taken off. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet because you can't look stuff up in this mall because the reception is terrible. And what's really funny about the other place where I got the other stuff that I just shared with you all, one side you are able to look things up without a problem. The other side of the mall, you can't look anything up. It's the strangest thing. But yeah, I am happy to own this sign. I will, again, be looking it up to see if it's worth anything. And please tell me I'm not the only one that likes to do this with the old metal signs. I'm such a child. I don't know what it is, but I love hearing that noise. There's something about it that's very soothing to me. And the second to last item before we check out my most extravagant purchase is this really awesome 1972 Betty Crocker Cookbook binder. I did pay $12.75, 15% off of the regular price of $15. Now, I've bought and sold these probably twice, and they are really good sellers. And the only problem with this one is, obviously, you can see some dirt and scuffing on the front cover. But there's also a little bit of water damage to some of the pages, but the pages, other than that, are in really good condition. And it looks to be a complete book, so that really helps. This I can probably fetch about $35 to $40, and I'm hoping that it'll sell for that. So, are you guys ready to see the really, really extravagant, fun, awesome find from this trip to the 2 antique malls? Let's check it out. Okay, here it is. Probably one of my most favorite and most expensive items from an antique mall. If you don't know what this is, obviously it's a Playboy magazine, but this is the January 1955 Playboy magazine with the Betty Page Christmas centerfold. I will, of course, open up the magazine so you guys can take a look at it. And, of course, the centerfold will have sensors so I do not get demonetized here on YouTube. So, I was just browsing this one booth, and then I looked in the showcase, and I saw this, and I was like, holy crap, I can't believe this is here. And, yes, you are reading that price correctly. $250. However, I did ask the guy who opened up the case for me if he was willing to take a little percentage off or something like that. So he had literally just brought it in, and I didn't want to pester him because he was restocking his booth to look at it and everything. So he left. I came back around for it. He called the guy up after I asked would he maybe do like $200 on it, and he said that if I paid cash for it, I would get 10% off. So I ended up spending $225 on it. But it is such a cool piece, and it's a very awesome piece of pop culture memorabilia. And yeah, it is the most expensive thing that I picked up ever. Now let me go ahead and open this up so you guys can take a look at it without the shiny cellophane sheets. And then I'll take it. I will take out the centerfold so you guys can take a look at that. And then I thought maybe you guys might like to see some comps for this exact magazine. I gotta tell you, aside from the damage right here, and then the back's got a little bit of wear and tear to it also, this is a 66-year-old magazine. And for it to be in the shape that it's in is pretty darn phenomenal. I never thought I would be able to get my hands on this. And yeah, while I did pay a pretty penny for it, it was definitely worth it. So let me go ahead and break out that Christmas centerfold. Alright guys, and here is the centerfold of Betty Page decorating a Christmas tree, topless, holding a ornament where her lady bits would be. I've censored both pieces so that way I do not get demonetized here on YouTube. But it is a very, very iconic pose. And when I get my own place, I will more than likely be framing this and putting it out at Christmas time because it is such an awesome piece of history. So before I conclude this video, let me go ahead and show you some of the research I've done on this magazine. Research being completed listings, sold listings on eBay. So right now we are looking at current listings for the January 1955 Playboy magazine. So we have this one here that's listed, or has bids on it for $300. And then we have one that doesn't have any bids on it with a starting price of $500 with a buy it now of $650. More than likely they're not going to sell it because look how much they're asking for shipping. $49? No. And this one has $475 with buy it now. This is a new listing right here, so it's starting at 99 cents. I did watch it just to see what happens with it. I know it's going to go higher than 99 cents. If it doesn't, I'll be a little upset. And then we've got people asking $1,500 with best offer. And the reason that they're asking that is because they did have it graded. Usually you're paying for the grading. And that's why the people ask so much, because that's not a cheap process either. So then we've got one for $699.99. Someone asking $989.99. And then we've got one for $899.99 with best offer. So now we are doing a check on completed listings, which, if you don't know, has both sold and non-sold items / listings. So it looks like a graded copy with a 7 out of 10 sold for $499. We have one that did not sell for the $500 with $650 as buy it now. Now this is the listing that I looked at after I bought the copy I did, and I watched it, and I don't even remember what it was up to at that point, but it sold for over $300. So that made me feel really good, because if I have to sell it, I can probably list it for maybe $400 to $450 with hopes that I can get in the $300 range if I have to sell it. And then we've got one that sold for $300. Still good, because that is $75 savings on my part, and I didn't have to pay shipping. And of course, we have the people who ask a lot, and more than they should, unless it is graded, $1,200, with $1,600 as the buy it now price. One didn't sell for $300. And then we've got one that sold for $400. Now, of course, this one sold for a lot more money because it's near mint. 9.2 is what it was rated when they sent it in for grading. This one right here sold for a best offer of $500. They probably took maybe $450 or something like that. And then we've got this one down here also graded 7 out of 10. It ain't bad, but you're still paying for the grading. That's probably why they charged a lot for the shipping. And then we've got this one down here that sold for $466.66. A really random number, yes, but it's still sold for that. So that makes me feel really good. I got a really good price despite paying up for it. So I think overall I did a pretty good job there, even with it being my most extravagant purchase to date. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!